Just before halftime, the Houston Oilers saw their 10-0 lead cut to 3 as the Chiefs hit the big play. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy back at Arrowhead Stadium. Jack Pardee, the coach of the Oilers, says that big games usually turn on 2 or 3 big plays. We've had at least 2 or 3 of those from.
The Houston Oilers started in grand fashion, too, in their opening drive of the game. They went right down the field against Kansas City. And Warren Moon, when Kansas City's choice is to cover the inside guys, he goes to the outside guy. And this is Warp Speed Jones out of Houston, his 5th touchdown catch of the year. And that put him up 7-0. That was a beautifully executed play.
Later, they extended that lead to 10-0 on a field goal by Teddy Garcia. The Chiefs really had very little difficulty in moving the ball, at times running it, but they couldn't sustain it to get into the end zone or even to get to a field goal. And finally, they went up top and hit the big play. The first half stats were clearly in favor of the Houston Oilers. Warren Moon's passing was superior, 244 overall yards. But the big hit came on that 62-yarder by the Chiefs right near the end of the first half to Bird, over the top to J.J. Bird. And Trump, how did that happen? It looked like a blown coverage.
Yeah, well, what happened, Don, is I think Houston got a little fancy. They tried to disguise coverage by keeping everybody up here. But these are the principles. Here's Burden, here's the corner, and here's Bubba McDowell. Now, his responsibility is deep third, but he's so far up to the line of scrimmage that he can't get back deep enough. And with Burden starts, all it is a track meet. He just runs right by Bubba McDowell. A major mistake. They're trying to get a little too tricky in the coverage, and Kansas City takes advantage of it. Kansas City had 99 yards passing in the first half. 62 of them came on the last play for them in the first half.
Now the Chiefs' Lowry kicks off to open the third quarter of play. A short spinner taken by McNeil on the run. He crosses the 25 and is out to the 29-yard line. Those Chiefs are always hunting the ball, the best in the NFL at taking it away from the opposition. Of course, one fumble today. You see the Oiler possessions down the field for a touch. Next time, Moon was hit and fumble, looking to throw. Then a punt, then the field goal by Garcia. A punt, and then came halftime. Warren Moon trotting out 30 touchdown passes. He leads the National Football League. He is closing in on what will be a record 9th 300-yard game this season. That would tie him for the record with Dan Marino.
Look at the guys on the outside. Jeffries is the big guy in the first half. Let's see if they shut him down in the second.
Temperature dropping somewhat now. Wind up a little bit. Warren Moon stands up, lets it go long, and he has a man there. Tremendous coverage by the All-Pro Albert Lewis, number 29. Ernest Givens running a fly. He had a step on Lewis. Lewis recovered on a beautifully thrown ball again by Moon to tip it away.
You see the 2 inside receivers crossed there, and they switched coverage. J.C. Pearson stayed with the inside guy. And you see Albert Lewis go with the outside guy, and that long, lanky arm of Albert Lewis. One of the league's best cornerbacks, probably not known by a lot of people, but I repeat, he reminds me of Mike Haynes, the way he plays the position and also the way he looks.
Absolutely exceptional player year after year.
Should throw here.
2nd and 10, and throw it is for Warren Moon. Dumps it up to Lorenzo White. He puts the fancy move and loses linebacker Derek Thomas. And Lorenzo White's not done till he gets to midfield. Gain on the play of 21 yards.
Man, he ran right through the arms of Dino Hackett, one of the best tacklers the Kansas City Chiefs had. They could see everybody at the line of scrimmage, and Warren Moon makes the right call. Watch 56. He's the guy attached to Lorenzo White. Now watch this move. Bam. And Dino's got no chance. Of course, Lorenzo White thought he was going to be traded, asked to be traded in the offseason, and then the Houston Oilers discovered that at Michigan State, he ran a form of the run and shoot just to get him the ball more. And now he's emerged as their superback, they call it.
They traded Highsmith, cut Rozier. Only Pinkett and Lorenzo White remain of that quartet of fine runners. Here's a throw and a catch to Haywood Jeffries, who was so hot early in the game. And he is ahead for a gain of 11 yards, another Oiler first down. So Warren Moon comes out in the second half like he did in the first, throwing strikes.
Yeah, once Petrie finally gets a bump on him, but you see it's the pick where you try to get the defensive man to run into the defensive man, and they're all facets to this run and shoot offense. And when you want to throw it, there are just so many choices that you have.
Haywood Jeffries now at 5 catches. Actual yardage 97.
Yeah, they took away that long 30-yarder.
Moon again, timing pattern. Jeffries is open, and he makes the play, then loses the ball. Incomplete pass. Jeffries protesting the ground caused the foul fumble. There's no fumble, incomplete pass.
Always reviewable. Petrie is the guy they've been picking on. Oh, we should have a great angle for it here. Perfectly thrown. Watch the feet. 1, 2. I'm not so sure that's not a catch. They took one away from him in the first half. They're motioning now for the replay. They want the replay to look at. The entire offense is out there looking at the replay screen here in Arrowhead Stadium, but no review apparently.
So the Oilers set up 2nd down and 10. A 10-7 lead for Houston. Moon, another out pattern. Jeffries covered well this time by Petrie, who had some problems in the first half. Stan Petrie, a second-year corner from TCU.
Well, at this point in the second half, it's going to be Jeffries versus Petrie until Petrie can cover him. It's zone coverage, even though it's just Petrie out there alone. You can see his eyes going back into the quarterback, reading the quarterback. And he's one of the 4 corners that the Chiefs have started today, although today now they have 6 defensive backs. Watch for the run, Don, or the short screen to Lorenzo White.
We'll check him out. That's White, who is aligned behind Warren Moon on 3rd down and 10. Throw and a catch. It is short of the first down, though. The ball is positioned at the 32-yard line. Penalty marker is down.
Holding offense.
Warren Moon got time, but they bought the time with the hold, apparently. Coach Pardee has cracked the whip lately. Yesterday when they worked out at Arrowhead, things got a little bit too frivolous, and he barked out about something about putting on the pads.
63 on the offense. Still 3rd down.
Things got serious.
That's Mike Munchak. He's on Bill Moss all day. That's 2 Pro Bowlers. Moss formerly a nose tackle. There you see it bouncing back and forth between Jay Pennison, 52, and Munchak. They accept the penalty. They give the run and shoot another down here.
Albeit a long one. The other down will make it 3rd down and 20. All at the 49-yard line.
Should run, Don. Should run.
Run on 3rd and 20. Let's see. Another marker down as Warren Moon looks deep and lets the ball go to Haywood Jeffries. He's got it inside the 20-yard line. Now what is critical is who the play call, the foul call goes against. Were the Chiefs offside or were they drawn off?
It is against the Chiefs. The catch will stand.
Houston gets the big play.
Offside. Number 58 on the defense. Penalty is declined. 1st down.
Thomas has been skirting Trump with offside.
Yes, you can see him right at the bottom of the screen.
They're better to get 18 sacks. You've got to be close every time.
Well, now Marty Schottenheimer is wondering, should we have made it 4th down? You know, you gave the run and shoot the extra down, and Jeffries is wide open for the completion.
So the Oilers on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter get down close. They lead the game 10-7. Here's the blitz. Picked up. And Warren Moon guns the ball away. Jeff Donaldson, the former Oiler, wearing number 42 for Kansas City, a Plan B pickup. He came in an all-out blitz.
Once again, the choice of the Chiefs, they bring the 2 safeties up there, and it's a total blitz. Warren Moon has already called the play, and when those guys come up, he's got to go to the outlet, and he basically just throws his away. Although it's close. It's close for Albert Lewis almost to make the pickoff.
Oilers, as you see, have had points every trip inside the 20. Here's another blitz. Makes the throw, and it's separated from the receiver. Albert Lewis got there right on time and knocked the ball free. Curtis Duncan, running an in pattern, was the intended receiver. Game clock stopped with 12:04 to play in the third quarter. It has been a terrific game with a long way to go.
Pressure again by Kansas City. Good pressure. Saliamua, 97, gets by Pennis in the center, 52. That ball should have been caught. Again, another one of these big third downs now for Kansas City. See what their choice is. They've got 6 defensive backs, Chris Martin, and 4 defensive linemen.
Wind is coming up, and it right now is at the backs of the Houston Oilers. They're working with the wind in the third quarter.
Offside.
And again, Derek Thomas is way offside. He tries to time it up right at the snap of the ball. This is the guy, the second-year linebacker from Alabama, who with 1 sack today has 18 for the season, second in the NFL.
Tell you how good this kid is. He's played 28 games, got 27 sacks, and the penalty is going to go against the offense.
Delay by the offense. It's still third down.
See, the safeties again jumping up to the line of scrimmage made Warren Moon change the play a second time. And again, Kansas City gives them the extra play. Now, they don't have any choice. You have to take the delay of game penalty, but it's just another shot. See the safeties coming up, 34 Burris, 42 Donaldson already at the line of scrimmage.
Third down. 3rd and 15. 3 wide receivers right for Houston. Here's the blitz. Bang, they get Warren Moon. It was Derek Thomas. Long field goal try is next for the Oilers.
Well, this series, that's what they did. They brought up the safeties to fake the blitz. Thomas untouched from the outside. And Moon can't make the completion. That entire series, that was Kansas City's choice.
Be a 40-yarder where the ball will be held. Garcia has made 7 of his last 8. Hits it up, but he's wide left. No good. So the Chiefs will get the ball for the first time in the third quarter when we come back.
Seems to me a new car warranty should cover the entire car for many miles. Now take Ford Taurus. Its basic warranty ends at just 12,000 miles. But the basic warranty on the new Cutlass Supreme goes a bit farther. Like from New York to L.A., back to New York to L.A., to New York to L.A., to New York to L.A., New York to L.A., to New York to L.A., to New York. Plus a trip to Anchorage, Alaska. Cutlass Supreme with its bumper-to-bumper plus warranty. Here's one car that does it all and does it right. Hey, Dad.
This is the new generation of old.
Over a lifetime, the average American will be involved in 5 automobile accidents. But accidents don't necessarily mean injuries. A TRW airbag can help protect you in a head-on collision. Used with a seatbelt, an airbag gives you a better chance of walking away. TRW.
Reggie, Lewis, roller coaster jam. Lewis, around the world jam. Reggie, reverse jam.
That's reverse jam.
That's Reggie, Lewis.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Oldsmobile. Stop by your Oldsmobile dealer and see what's new from the new generation of Olds. By Canon, photographic consultant to the National Football League. By TWA, the only airline that lets you fly business class for the price of coach. And by Reebok, it's time to play.
Back to live action now. Chiefs with the ball, trailing in the third quarter, 10-7. Barry Word, their big runner, breaks it. Both arms on the ball, protecting it. Then he's into open field for 14 yards and a first down.
Man, does he run over people. I repeat, yesterday when we were from right behind the offense, good cutback. And yesterday he could barely get his jacket off when we were sitting talking with him. He's got two very painful shoulders. Told us that he's got all kinds of padding underneath his shoulder pads, and because he's got to play no matter what because Okoye is out. What a tough kid.
Game clock down to 11:20 to go, third quarter. Back to the power game go the Kansas City Chiefs, and they get to the 38-yard line, a gain of about 3 as we check the Hertz 10-minute ticker. Pittsburgh and New Orleans tied. Miami, after trailing early, has gone up by 2 touchdowns over Seattle. Miami, of course, at Buffalo next Sunday on NBC Sports. Dallas laying waste to the Cardinals, who'd won 3 straight. Indianapolis extending its lead over the Jets now to 9 points. Play fake, a throw, a free ball, then it's caught. It's a good catch. Short of a first down. It came on a 2nd down and 6. The gain will be good for about 3. Stephon Page lost it, then got it.
That ball careened off his shoulder pads. Watch this thing. Boink. And then he keeps the presence of mind to continue after it. Ends up with a 9-yard pickup. Not bad.
Chiefs have hit only one big play this game, and it was a 62-yard scoring play just before halftime. That's how it stands now. It's a 10-7 Houston lead. Word sees nothing, tries to battering ram is taken ahead on 3rd and short, and he didn't get there. Ray Childress, a terrific defensive tackle, number 79, shed the block, filled, and made the head-on stick.
Speaking of sticks,
big-time player, Ray Childress.
to shut this guy down, you ought to line up with a stick. He will not quit. He had dinner before he met us last night, then he had a snack with us, and then he was going for a snack with the team later.
Yeah, well, listen, you've been at 6'6", 280. You got to keep it stoked. 4th down on a yard. Barker is back now for Kansas City. Hits a good punt, a very high spiral. The Ice Cube's going to let it hop and hope it goes in. It does not. Takes a Chiefs roll, and they'll down it inside the 10-yard line of Houston. So special teams play rises. Back in a moment.
Dean Witter believed in priorities.
Know why your clients are saving. Know why they're investing.
Okay, come on, folks.
At some point, it's college. Later on, retirement. But Dean Witter knows that often the highest priorities are all the things that happen in between.
Is there anything else you want?
Just the first dance.
There are many ways to measure success.
We measure success one investor at a time.
Whether I'm racing 200 miles an hour or driving 55, I don't accept compromises. You shouldn't either. The car should be responsive yet fuel efficient, roomy yet sleek, not to mention affordable.
Well, surprisingly, one car does all that and more. The new Cutlass Supreme.
So take a look at any new Cutlass Supreme and see for yourself.
Here's one car that does it all and does it right.
New generation of old.
Tots, the premium choice.
Here's a question. How can you save 12% of your gasoline bill every year? Have a regular tune-up. Let's put our energy into saving it.
It's a month of Super Showdowns on NBC.
With back-to-back Saturdays of great NFL action.
The LA Raiders battle the Minnesota Vikings.
The KC Chiefs collide with the Chicago Bears.
Plus a special NBA Christmas Day presentation as the Pistons battle the Bulls.
For the best excitement this holiday season, NBC is the place to be.
Whoever he is, getting a cries out of the crowd as the Houston Oilers knock it out. First down at their 8-yard line. Moon living dangerously, throws from the goal line and makes the connection with Lorenzo White. Gain out to the 13-yard line, gain of about 5. Next Saturday, a special edition of NFL Live at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Actually, 3:30 Eastern Time with NFL Live, and then it's followed by Bo Jackson and the Raiders taking on Herschel Walker and the Vikings. 3:30. On Sunday, that showdown in the AFC East, the Miami Dolphins travel to Orchard Park, New York to take the Buffalo Bills. Miami currently in command of Seattle after Buffalo won yesterday to go 12-2. So it looks at this point like the Dolphins will go in still 1 game behind. Lorenzo White caught in the backfield. Terrific play by Saliamua and Neil Smith. Defensive lineman. That's Dan Saliamua.
Well, the defense Kansas City has settled in on today now is the 6 defensive backs. They're using 3 down linemen, the 4th being Derek Thomas, 58. You see Martin cheating up there to the line of scrimmage, and again it's the count. They have messed up the count for Warren Moon at the line of scrimmage, which is the first facet of the run and shoot.
Lorenzo White with 7 carries today, 34 yards. Also caught passes. 3rd down. Oilers need 5. Running in the open field is Jeffries. The race is on, and he's going to win it. Jeffries inside the 20. There's a marker down, but it might be against Kansas City. If it goes, it's an 87-yard touchdown, and Mr. Trumpy, it appears to have gone.
Yeah, the flag is against Kansas City. Petrie again outside coverage. Jeffries has been the big guy all day. Let's hear the call here.
Holding. Number 45 on the defense. Penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Well, you see the great job by Jeffries. He's the biggest of all the Houston receivers. And when Petrie goes to get the bump on him, Jeffries just runs away. 87 yards on the completion. And that time the 6 defensive backs got him burnt. There was no help for Petrie on the outside. Jeffries now, Moon 18 of 31 for 370 yards.
Extra point hit up and good by Garcia. And so the Houston Oilers hit the first big play of the second half, and they take command again, 17-7.
Seems to me a new car warranty should cover the entire car for many miles. Now take Ford Taurus. Its basic warranty ends at just 12,000 miles. But the basic warranty on the new Cutlass Supreme goes a bit farther.
Like from New York to L.A., back to New York to L.A., 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 to New York. Plus a trip to Anchorage, Alaska.
Cutlass Supreme with its bumper-to-bumper plus warranty. Here's one car that does it all and does it right. Hey, Dad.
This is the new generation of old.
Some men would rather live their lives sheltered in the harbor, and some would rather sail into life with the unmistakable scent of Old Spice. Clean, true, and classic. Old Spice, one of the legends of the sea.
These NFL coaches lost 249 pounds.
I lost 35 pounds in 5 months with Ultra Slim Fast.
I lost 33 pounds and never felt better.
I can't believe I did it.
The Ultra Slim Fast plan is easy.
A shake for breakfast, another for lunch, and then a sensible dinner.
I'm down 38 pounds. I lost the most, and I feel great.
We're big guys with big appetites.
We lost weight.
If we can do it, you can do it.
Ultra Slim Fast. Give us a week. We'll take off the weight.
Isaiah Thomas. Michael Jordan. The world champion Detroit Pistons take on the Chicago Bulls. It's a special Christmas Day presentation of the NBA on NBC.
Stuff Daddy needs stocking.
Haywood Jeffries putting up career record numbers. 7 catches, 216 yards, the last for 87 and a touchdown.
There's the man in coverage who has had all he wants to see of Haywood Jeffries for one season.
29 years since the Oilers have had a 200-yard receiver in a game. Charlie Hennigan at 61 against Buffalo. Kickoff goes out of bounds. Let's watch the touchdown play again with Bob Trumpy.
Yeah, Don, we just mentioned that Kansas City's choice was to come with these guys. This time, the safety comes up, but it's single coverage out here, and you watch the hand fighting between Petrie 45 and Haywood Jeffries. As the safety moves up, it's single coverage, and Jeffries wins this battle. There's no help for Petrie whatsoever. 87 yards later, Donaldson can't catch him. He's a safety, former Houston Oiler. Huge play for the Houston Oilers.
Now we'll see if the Oilers can stave off the long ball attack as DeBerg comes right out throwing. And he makes the connection. Good for a first down out to the 48-yard line. Rob Thomas, a second-year receiver from Oregon State whose dad played 10 years in the NFL, most of it with the Giants. We'll go back and look at the Hertz 10-minute ticker. New Orleans up on the Steelers, an important development for the AFC Central teams. Steelers, one of the 3 co-leaders of day's outset. Miami in command in the 4th quarter. So is Tampa Bay under its new coach. Dallas ready to even its record at 7-all. Indianapolis up on the Jets, and the Cleveland Browns about to break perhaps an 8-game losing streak. Chiefs on a 4-game win streak. They've not won 5 in a row since '71. Long ball down the middle, nobody there. And here comes a marker in way after the ball was dead.
Well, that ball's got to be catchable. They must have had him on defensive holding. But there was no way in the world that ball is catchable. But if there's holding or pass interference, play stands. Thomas went off, looked like he got dinged in the head.
Pass interference. Number 23 on the defense. First down.
Mr. Johnson is the guilty party. Right side cornerback for the Oilers.
Well, you know, he was just throwing this ball away. See what happens. Oh, yeah, that's very obvious. There's no way he could possibly get to the ball. What happened to him? Not sure what happened to him.
Be okay.
Looked like he turned Nureyev there on a minute, going up on his toes.
He'll be back.
Got a cramp. He had a cramp, Don.
So he goes out for a play, does Rob Thomas, and now it's first down and 10 for the Houston Oilers.
Blitz.
DeBerg against the rush. Releases the ball, but he's not close. Bubba McDowell coming on a blitz, and DeBerg is down as Bubba McDowell, a big, tough, strong safety from Miami of Florida, came unblocked and got the clean shot on the veteran QB, Steve DeBerg.
DeBerg looks hurt. You got Meads coming from this side, 91. Bubba McDowell from the other side. DeBerg sees it immediately and just dumps the ball off. He's just throwing it out there to avoid the interception, which is one thing that Steve DeBerg has done very well. He's got something wrong with his left hand. It's not his throwing hand. And see if we can see what happened. Jones 43 tries to pick up McDowell.
Yeah.
He lands on his left hand. And from the looks of what the trainers are doing, they're trying to inlocate a finger. It's exactly what they're doing. It's dislocated. They're trying to put it back in socket. That's great fun. You could sell a lot of tickets to that and nobody'd show up.
You've been down that road.
Oh, yes. That is no. I guarantee you that's what they're doing.
Anybody that knows what inlocating a finger is has been down that road.
Put it back where it belongs. That's what inlocating a finger is.
I just tug on it usually. Is it more complicated?
No, tug on it is right, but would you like to have a finger going sideways and then have them tug on it, son? Steve Pallure warming up on the sideline.
He's only thrown one pass this season. That was an incompletion. It is the left hand. That's right, Trump. That's not his throwing hand. But you also have to take a snap from center.
Now they've got a split on it now. You'd like to be unconscious when they do that. Believe me. You don't have the choice, but all things considered, That's what you're thinking of. Somebody hit me right in the jaw, please.
The Kansas City Chiefs looking to get back to glory. They actually played in 2 of the first 4 Super Bowls. See the reaction as they inlocate the finger. He hasn't had this much fun since his last root canal.
Actually, root canal is a day of the peach compared to that.
How about the Chiefs in years past? They were in 2 of the first 4 Super Bowls, then had no playoff team for 17 years. Believe it or not, they've not won a playoff game, the Chiefs, since they beat the Vikings 23-7 in Super Bowl 4 21 seasons ago. Right now, they're down to the underdog Oilers 17-7. 6 minutes and 21 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. It was 10-7 Houston at halftime. Pallure now in the game as they continue to attend to injured Steve DeBerg. Barry Word on a draw play. Now we have a moment between plays. Let's go back to NFL Live in New York. Bob?
Okay, while the Chiefs fuss over Steve DeBerg, there's nothing wrong right now with Dan Marino. He sprints out to his right, and on this 4th and 1 play, he not only gets the first down, but the touchdown, 11 yards to Farrell Edmonds. Miami looks like they'll head into Buffalo next week, a game back. They lead in the 4th, 24-10 over the Seahawks.
5:47 to go in the 3rd quarter at Kansas City. DeBerg with 3rd down and 7 coming up. Throw. And a marker is down on an incomplete pass. Steve Pallure throwing the ball as DeBerg is still sidelined. Johnny Meads coming on a blitz.
Holding against Houston. Well, Kansas City's getting a lot of breaks. That's the 10th penalty on Houston today, Don.
There's Jim Eddy to the left.
Yeah,
this guy's ready to play on Saturday night.
Yeah,
we were talking face on all week long.
We were talking to him last night, and he starts squinting his eyes, you know, and he's got the sign that the hands are going all over the place.
Number 79 on the defense. First down.
Ray Childress. Very odd that you have a defensive lineman called for holding, unless it's to the face mask or something along those lines.
Childress is the guy who said, this is our biggest game. It'll tell us just how good we are. Getting very graphic now. Check out the DeBerg finger. Steve Pallure still in the game. He has 1st down and 10. Barry Word. Outstanding open field tackle by linebacker John Grimsley, number 59. Fuller, Childress, Ezra Johnson, and Sean Jones across the front 4 with Grimsley, Smith, and Meads the backers.
Still attending to Steve DeBerg. Certainly doesn't look like he's going to be back in today. Oh, Don, I can't tell you what that feels like.
He just couldn't take a snap with the way condition he's in right now.
I don't think
it's not
so.
a throwing hand. Play fake. Pallure delivers it. All caught by Bill Jones on 2nd down and 12. He gets ahead for a gain of maybe 4. Inside the 25-yard line, Johnny Meads ran him down. They like Bill Jones, number 43. Big back, can run it, can block.
A nice little bootleg here. Half roll by Pallure. That Meads is right there, staying true to his defensive. Whoa, he almost dropped that ball and almost got away from it, but Jones is able to hang on. He was at SMU and left during the death penalty. Was considered an excellent running back down there. Kind of got lost in the draft when he went to Southwest Texas State.
Pallure, quarterback draw, takes it himself inside the 20. A 3rd down call is short of a 1st down. And now we see starting quarterback Steve DeBerg going off the field. Left hand injured when he was hit hard on a blitz.
Lowry in for the field goal. Yeah, you can see him holding his hand there.
Dick Lowry in field goal formation. Steve Pallure holding.
It's been a tough weekend for some top passers. Jim Kelly set on NFL Live earlier, he hopes to be back in time for the playoffs after straining a knee yesterday in the win over the Giants. DeBerg goes off with an injured left hand. Now Lowry, who's made 14 field goals in a row. The record is 16 by Stenerud, formerly the Chiefs. Lowry's right on the mark with 3:19 to play in the third quarter. And Kansas City moves back to within 7, trailing the Oilers 17-10. KC kicks off when we come back.
Hey, I'm a businessman. I want to fly in business class. Who wouldn't want to fly in business class? So why does it seem like there's never a business class flight when I want one? Answer that one, will you?
TWA has nearly 3 times as many domestic flights with business class as all other airlines combined.
Amazing. It's like they read my mind.
TWA's business class. We did it first. We do it better.
My dad knows all about space vehicles. He directed me to the new Oldsmobile Silhouette. Its looks are stellar, and the interior is perfect for the enterprising family. The modular seats pull out easily. There's a place for everything. Compared to other forms of space travel, Silhouette is the logical choice. Right, Dad?
Eminently logical.
This is the new
Silhouette. Travel in space and style.
generation of Olds.
What do I know about the holidays?
Lights,
Lights,
camera.
camera, action.
Eveready Energizer batteries are only 99 cents after rebate, and the Sharp Full Function Solar Calculator is only $5.88.
Ace is a holiday place for me.
Let me tell you.
Only one antiperspirant in the world helps keep you so dry with the cool, clean scent of Old Spice. Only one deodorant in the world has so many odor-fighting ingredients with the cool, clean scent of Old Spice. There's only one Old Spice.
Go back to where it all started. Back just for the fun of it.
Back to the future.
This is nuts. Back to the Future tonight at 8, 7 Central on NBC.
Here is the injury to Steve DeBerg. You see Jones missed the block. Now watch his left hand go up. And Bubba McDowell's face mask makes contact with his hand. I believe that's when the injury takes place. He's off and being x-rayed, and they're trying to put it back in place. Excruciating pain, and I'm not sure that they've got it back in place yet, Don.
Well, we're not sure it's not fractured.
Well, dislocation, fracture, it's out of place.
High spinning kick now by the Chiefs, and here comes McNeil of the Oilers. We're just informed by our producer Terry Ewitt that they're taking x-rays of Steve DeBerg's small finger on his left hand. See if it is fractured, as the Chief has KO'd on that play.
Not moving either. The Kansas City Chief players are doing a very smart thing there, Don. They are not moving him. Can't pick up the number yet. A lot of times you see kids run out there and grab the chin strap, roll the guy over.
Todd McNair, number 48. Coming down on kickoff coverage.
37 from Houston gets him.
Took a double hit.
Victor Jones nails him.
McNair has been a standout for the Chiefs, both on special teams and out of the backfield as a receiver.
Good. He's moving his feet. And his arms. We're gaining a little consciousness here.
He just got knocked out. He took a double whammy there. As Coach Schottenheimer, who himself was a standout special teamer with the Buffalo Bills in his playing days, goes back to the sideline. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. Steelers and Saints now tied up. All field goal games so far in the fourth quarter. Miami continues to lead Seattle. Tampa Bay still up on the Vikings, now by 13. Dallas Cowboys routing the Phoenix Cardinals. Colts up in front of the Jets 26-14 in the fourth quarter, and Cleveland looking to break that 8-game win streak with a 10-point fourth quarter lead over the Falcons.
You mean losing streak?
Losing streak, indeed. Falcons have football to 3-11. It is a doubleheader day on NBC Sports. Most of you will see the Bengals go against the Raiders at the Los Angeles Coliseum. Some will see the Chargers and the Broncos hook up at Denver. Check your local listings. Here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Todd McNair of the Chiefs is still down. Apparently just knocked out. The Houston Oilers, a 10-7 halftime leader, leading now in the third quarter, 17-10. Some big plays in this game. The Kansas City touchdown came on a 62-yard pass play. DeBerg, before he was injured, hitting J.J. Burden, and then in the second half, the Oilers got the huge play of this game, an 87-yard scoring throw. Warren Moon to Haywood Jeffries. Todd McNair still unconscious, Bob Trumpy. How do you assess the situation?
Well, they rolled him over. So it looks like he's a little better. You can see the Kansas City Chiefs, I think, realizing how successful they've been with Steve DeBerg at quarterback. There's Mike Bell, now facing some very important games without the services, it appears, here at the outset without Steve DeBerg. Having his little finger on his left-hand X-ray. Boy, he must have really took a heck of a hit.
He got dinged twice coming down on kickoff coverage, so ovation for Todd McNair, who's up and going off.
Want to hear what it sounds like on those special teams, the suicide squads? Listen to this.
Tyson right hand got him flush. Now the Oilers holding to a 7-point lead. 17-10, go first and 10 from their 22. Lorenzo White gets it out to the 26-yard line as somehow Warren Moon, almost ruled in the grasp, released the ball for another completion.
Looked like Neil Smith was the guy who got the pressure on him. There's McNair on the sideline being attended to by the physicians. See if we can pick up Neil Smith. Comes from the left. Yeah, jumps inside the right tackle. Williams. Lorenzo White. Another big reception. J.C. Pearson on the tackle.
Warren Moon well on his way to a 400-yard day. He's now at 376 yards passing. 19 of 32. 2 for touchdowns. First to Tony Jones. The second to Haywood Jeffries. Timing throw. Drew Hill in the open field. He's out of here. Drew Hill on the run. Ross goes for him and makes the play. Kevin Ross, a diving attempt, catches him before he could take it in. But another huge hit on the overgame. Up top go the Oilers and hit the big pass.
Don, the Chiefs again came with the 6 defensive backs. Cheated them up to the line of scrimmage. Watch once again. That means single coverage here, single coverage here, and here's the pattern. The defensive back never looks back. Moon does a great job of putting this in a perfect spot for Hill to catch it. And Ross doesn't even know the ball is caught until Drew Hill is by him. Goodness. He's over 400 yards passing now, isn't he?
Over 400 and going for 5. First down throw. Moon stands in. He throws kind of a knuckleball that Jeffries is separated from. 428 yards passing for Warren Moon.
Don, I'll make this statement. If this defensive backfield at Kansas City, which I consider the best in the league, can't stop the run and shoot when it's functioning, there is no defensive backfield in the league that can stop the run and shoot.
And this is the leading sack team in the NFL. They get pressure up front, and they have Pro Bowl corners. Early report on Todd McNair, a possible concussion. He could return, which is good news. 1:28 to go in the third quarter. Oilers with a 17-10 lead. And as you see, second down and 10. Wide open as Jeffries bobbles it, catches it down to the 7. Very close to a first down, a yard short. Be 3rd and 1. Chris Martin saved a touchdown.
Geez, if he catches that cleanly, he goes in for the score. Watch Pete, it's zone coverage. He just drops out on the under route. And if he catches it cleanly there, he may go in and score. And it gives Martin a chance to get over there and get him. And Jeffries adds to his 200-plus yard receiving day. Oh, look at that.
Third down. Need just over a yard. Lorenzo White trying to get it, and he will not. It's Martin, number 57, caught him and threw him back. Here comes Garcia and the field goal unit.
This is a great job by the Kansas City defense. Martin comes from a long way away. One of those weird kickers. Looks like he's got snuff in one leg and
shoe in his sock there.
Yeah, there's Martin coming from the inside, backside of the play. Dino Hackett, 56, helps.
That's one of the most unusual. We've seen barefooters. We've rarely seen one. No sock on one foot and snuff in the other. As the clock runs out in the 3rd quarter, with Houston Oilers leading 17-10 and looking to extend that lead. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Tuesday, an anchorman covers his own death.
I know it's only a matter of time.
From AIDS, the controversial, critically acclaimed episode. Life Stories on NBC, Tuesday.
What makes your Mercedes-Benz dealer like no other in the world? For one thing, only a Mercedes dealer can offer you a special leasing program that can put the Mercedes-Benz you want well within your reach. Right now, for a limited time only, you can lease one of the world's finest automobiles at newly attractive monthly payments. To see just how attractive, visit your Mercedes-Benz dealer today. Because it is, after all, your money.
Special lease terms are available on select models.
How to build a Christmas fire. 1. Roll up your sleeves. 2. Get down on your knees. 3. Use a little paper. 4. Strike the perfect match. 5. Step back and feel the heat. This Christmas, light a fire with diamonds.
Let Garibaldi and Bruns help you light a fire with diamonds this Christmas.
It's the same thing every Saturday. He puts on those old blue jeans and goes out with that old dog. And he's gone all day. He says he's going to bring back dinner. But all he ever brings back is that old dog.
Here's to old dogs, Saturday mornings, and comfortable blue jeans. Wrangler.
Win Hornet tickets. Play Sports Number Monday and Wednesday at 5:30.
We've got rain shoes ready to go, need be, as the Kansas City Chiefs have backup footwear. Rain is forecast, still remains cloudy. Temperature in the 30s. As Garcia now set to attempt a field goal that'll be 27 yards in length. Ooh, close, but it's good. And the Oilers now double the Kansas City Chiefs as the Oilers extend their lead to 20-10, 3 seconds into the 4th quarter. Kick off your night on NBC with Ferris Bueller and Saved by the Bell. Then NBC presents the blockbuster movie Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox, followed by Parenthood, starring Ed Begley Jr. That's all tonight only on NBC. The Houston Oilers started the day tied with the Steelers and with the Bengals for the AFC Central lead. As you see right now, the Steelers locked up at the Superdome in New Orleans with the Saints 6-all in the 4th quarter. Bengals go later today in a game most of you will see here on NBC against the Raiders at Los Angeles. Miami about to extend its record, stay 1 game behind the Buffalo Bills heading to that showdown next Sunday. Dallas could be a playoff team. Cowboys are rolling right now, going for their 4th consecutive win. Blowing out Phoenix. Colts about to send the Jets down to yet another defeat. Coach Jack Pardee says he went to the run and shoot. And he was with the Houston Gamblers of the U.S. Football League because you come to the realization players are too good in this league to drive the ball down the field just running it. All-out offense, and now a fumbled kickoff return. Darting around is little Fred Jones, and he is out just to the 5-yard line.
Don, he made a mistake there. That's a muff. He could have stayed in the end zone and got it at the 20. As it is, they're down inside the 10-yard line, about the 5-yard line. Once that ball goes through his hands, the impetus of the football carries it in the end zone. He could have stayed there and come out to the 20. This is not a fumble. This is the muff. And when it rolls it, stay there. They get it at the 20. That's a young man making a mistake.
That's a tough.
DeBerg is coming back on the field here, Don.
Pelura is still in the game, quarterbacking. DeBerg is back out on the field.
There he is.
Looks like he's ready to go. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Quick out. Alfredo Roberts can't handle it. 2nd down and 10 from deep in their own end. Down by 10 in the 4th quarter. The favored Chiefs are 95 yards from the Oilers' end zone.
There's Steve DeBerg on the sideline. The first thing he's got to do is see if he can take a snap. And there's Mike Webster going to sit down and see if DeBerg can stand the pain. Yeah, look at it. Whoa. That ain't going to work. Look how taped up his hand is. From the shotgun, I don't think he can come back.
Pelura with a penalty marker down, gets it away from his end zone. He makes a connection downfield to Stefan Page out to the 15-yard line.
There's a flag down at the goal line, too.
Very nearly a safety. A sack in the end zone's a safety.
So it's a penalty in the end zone.
Offensive penalty, right. Stefan Page is grabbing at his face mask and pointing at the Oilers. Game clock stopped with 14:36 to play in the ball game. It was 10-7 at halftime. It is now 20-10. Houston in the lead. Pardee told his team during the week after they were talking about last year's game before he was the coach. Team got blasted here. The Oilers did 34-0. He said Kansas City's like everybody else. They can be had. Seattle's beat them twice this year.
See what the discussion is here. Steve Pelura is going to the sideline with Marty Schottenheimer, and I notice that Steve Pelura has a menu on his left forearm. See the menu that plays called? Big difference between he and Steve DeBerg, because DeBerg studies this offense day, night. He's got on the armbands there, he's got the little shield with the plays on the side.
And when you're the backup playing behind a guy that's having a year like DeBerg has had, you get very few reps during the week, very little practice.
Face mask, which is holding by number 79 on the defense. 5 yards, 1st down.
Holding call on Ray Childress for grabbing a face mask. Defensive penalty resulting in an offensive 1st down. It ball's out to the 11-yard line.
You know, that's the 2nd time they've called him for that. He got a defensive holding call earlier.
I'd like him on my team.
He can hold anytime he wants. I'm not going to tell him to stop. There's the menu on Steve Pelura's left wrist.
The 2nd player pick of the entire draft. Here that Will Smith came out, the #1 pick of Buffalo and in the league. Back to the power run, trying to get some room to operate. They go to Barry Ward, and McDowell, the strong safety for the Oilers, came up and made the stop.
You know, we mentioned earlier, you see Bubba McDowell there. We mentioned earlier that Al Smith went off with a dislocated thumb. He's back in the ball game. There's DeBerg on the sideline with something wrong with his pinky finger on his left hand, either dislocated or fractured. Smith is playing. He's got his thumb taped up. Tough guy.
He doesn't have to throw it, though. Berg tried to take snaps, was obviously in a lot of pain when he came back out, and Pelura staying in the game. Now, count was not the same one that his center Grunard had.
False start. Number 11 of the offense. Half the distance, still second down. A 5-yard penalty.
Well, it looks like it's beginning to rain a little bit. You see Pelur's helmet there's got a little shine on it, but he called it on one, or he thought it was on one, and he told everybody else too. The idea is with that count is don't trick your own guys. You never want to do that.
Pelur has a lot of ability out of the University of Washington, the same school that Warren Moon played for. He's now in his 7th year, most of it with the Cowboys. Big, 6'4", 214. Ball down to come in for injured Steve DeBerg. Injury to DeBerg's left hand. Here's a nicely thrown ball, caught beautifully by Rob Thomas out at the 20-yard line. Second down throw. 2nd and 12, good for an 11-yard gain.
He does a great job here down at the end of the reception. Richard Johnson is the man in coverage, and watch him deaden his legs to keep his feet in bounds. Knows he's close to the sideline, tiptoes out there. Nice little square out for about 9 yards. Good acceleration. Johnson gives him a little room. Watch those legs. Would it just deaden him? Takes a lot of practice to learn how to do that.
Thomas was a 6th-round draft choice out of Oregon State. Now the Chiefs take a look at the Oiler defense, and Pelur wants a timeout. A most important call, 3rd and 1.
I think they got 12 guys on the field, Don.
Upon its introduction, the first Acura Legends set a new standard for performance sedans. But as impressive as that may have been, it was merely a reflection of things to come. Introducing the new Legend from Acura.
Anybody thought about dynamite?
In 1859, Isaac Cook created a Great American champagne to launch the Great American Clipper ships. Today, people are still launching celebrations with Cook's Imperial American Champagne.
NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is brought to you by Acura Automobiles. Experience precision-crafted performance. By Scope, the best thing first thing in the morning. By Radio Shack, America's technology store. Nobody compares for Christmas shopping. And by Coors Light, the one that won't slow you down. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now.
Back at Arrowhead Stadium with Bob Trumpy, this is Don Criqui. As the Kansas City Chiefs, co-leaders of the AFC West at the outset of the day with the LA Raiders, up against it now, trailing Houston 20-10 with 12 minutes and 47 seconds left to go. Harry Word breaks into open field at 240 pounds on a 3rd and 1. He's ahead for a big gain, over 15 yards and a first down. But Trump, do we have a penalty mark? We have a player down.
We've got an injury.
Bubba McDowell is down. The man who's hit knocked Steve DeBerg out of the game. Clean hit all the way.
Incidentally, Kansas City had to take a timeout on the previous play because of 12 in on the field. There's Jonathan Hayes also limping to the sideline. Jeez, the chief medical staff being really extended today with McNair being unconscious and DeBerg's finger problem. And here's Bubba McDowell. He was right at the point of attack.
The injury to Steve DeBerg was on an all-out blitz. He was hit with a helmet on his left hand. They x-rayed the small finger on his left hand. He's a right-hand passer, as you know. He came back out. You see how heavily taped it is. DeBerg over on the far sideline, but it doesn't appear, Trump, he's ready to go.
No, I don't think he can take a snap.
That's badly fractured. He's not going to be ready to go for a while.
Okay, everybody, listen up.
27 million Americans are illiterate. Albert Davis was one of them.
My dear family, for all these years, I have wanted to write about what you mean to me, but I could not write.
Look for this Coors Light display. Learn how you can help. Teach someone to read.
Today, I can read.
Recently, Acura introduced what many have called the greatest sports car the world has ever known. Our latest idea is somewhat bigger, the new Acura Legend.
It happens while you sleep.
A kiss? Not yet, honey.
Millions of bacteria form in your mouth.
A kiss? No.
So you wake up with the worst breath of the day, morning breath.
Oh, honey.
Fight morning breath with Scope. Antiseptic Scope has 2 powerful ingredients that kill 90% of the bacteria that cause morning breath.
How about that kiss? Where's my kiss? Kiss me, you big lug.
Scope, original mint or peppermint. The best thing, first thing in the morning.
The Bengals. The Raiders. Boomer and Bo. Next.
McDowell up and being helped off the field. It's his right knee, and he was right at the point of attack. Just on the right edge of the screen. Watch John Alt, the left tackle, pull out, and he rolls right at McDowell's left leg, and it looks like it just spun there a little bit, so he's out. Looked like a mash unit out there.
Hey, it's been tough. The body count rises. Bubba McDowell, one of the best, a second-year strong safety out. Pallure, pump fake in, he unloads deep. He has a man, but it's picked off by Richard Johnson. Beautifully done by Johnson, his 6th interception of the season. Pallure going deep for J.J. Burden, the man who was on the receiving end of that 62-yard scoring throw at the close of the first half.
First interception thrown by a Chiefs quarterback in 8 games. Burden is like the 3rd receiver here, and this ball is underthrown. Johnson able to catch it. You see Burden wait for it. He makes a nice catch. Turnover Houston. Run and shoot back in business. Moon 21 of 35, 440 yards on the afternoon. And Richard Johnson, the interception.
Oilers control their destiny. They're at Cincinnati next Sunday. Then they close out the regular season at home against Pittsburgh. Oilers can win their first AFC Central championship ever outright. Never won one outright, division title. Here's a throw and a catch. Lorenzo White looking to stay in bounds. He's ahead for a first down. He's out to the 38-yard line. Now we're informed that Steve DeBerg has a dislocated small finger on his left hand. He has a splint on it, and he's questionable.
Highly questionable. Actually, oh, look at that. Look, Jeffries comes in. Say they did a good job on Gibbons and Hill. And Jeffries beats the Kansas City defense. White
Gibbons,
with the 6 catches underneath.
They took Gibbons pretty much out of the game at the expense of singling up coverage on Haywood Jeffries, and he's had a career day as Warren Moon looks for more. Fires downfield. He overthrows Drew Hill.
Pass intended for Drew Hill.
Now it's starting to rain in Kansas City with 11:23 left to play in the game.
Look at that balance that the run and shoot has produced offensively today for Houston. Well, we got somebody else down on the field. Is that 31? Looks like Kevin Ross. If it is 31.
Top cornerback Kevin Ross dinged on that last play, so he's down. We'll check the scoreboard while Kevin is attended to. 11:23 to go in the game, and the Houston Oilers up in front of Kansas City 20-10. The Pittsburgh Steelers were behind. They rally and win it on a third Gary Anderson field goal, beating New Orleans. So at day's end, there'll be at least a two-way tie for the lead in the AFC Central. If the Oilers hold on and win here, Miami up on Seattle, still time left, and the Seahawks have scored to come within 7. Dallas in command, as are the Indianapolis Colts. Cleveland looking to end that 8-game losing streak, up by 10 over Atlanta. The second game on most of these NBC stations, the Bengals and the Raiders at the LA Coliseum.
You see that thing written on Kevin Ross's arm? There's DeBerg throwing the ball over there on the sideline. Kevin Ross had a little thing on his arm, said cover and hit. A reminder to himself.
Pretty much simplifies what he's got to do at the corner. Does them both well. Now it's second down. Rain is falling, and the Oilers need 10. Boom goes Neil Smith, number 90. Unblocked. Third sack of Warren Moon today.
Smith from the downside. You see the blitz draws 73 Williams inside for the blitzer. And Neil Smith is untouched. Watch what happens. You see Smith, 73, move inside. He's got 34 Burris. And Smith says, no, they don't draw him up like this. I got a free shot at Warren Moon. He takes the sack.
At second, he now has 10 for the season. Third down and 18 as Warren Moon faces another blitz. Gets it downfield, and Jeffries makes the play. Gets out of bounds for a first down.
Goodness.
Warren Moon is absolutely sensational.
He got hit, too. There was a free blitz by Kansas City on that particular play. Moon throws it, and Jeffries doesn't see it until it's like 5 yards from him and still makes the catch. That's how on target Warren Moon was.
It's not just his accuracy, though, Trump. It's his decision-making. Against an all-out blitz, he goes right to the right spot.
There's Burris again, 34, and Moon just throws it up. Watch Jeffries. He's having one of those days. Watch how late his hit. Watch how late his hit comes around. Boom, ball there. First down.
Now let's see if the Oilers elect to run the ball at all. They do not. They're going to keep that run and shoot firing, and they have a drop ball this time by Haywood Jeffries. Be second down and 10 from almost midfield. 10 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the game. Jeffries with the best day of any receiver in the NFL this season.
Again, the pressure on Moon. Kansas City's doing a good job of getting there, but what they're sacrificing that time, Bill Moss, is just coverage down the field. The idea sounded good, corners on outside receivers, but it hasn't worked.
Catch down to the 45-yard line. A hyperextended knee is the diagnosis of Bubba McDowell's injury. Gerald McNeil making the play at the 45-yard line. On a 2nd and 10 play, he got about 5.
That's another one of these games where whoever Houston puts in as a wide receiver gets the ball. You know, week in and week out, the run and shoot will have 8 receivers with receptions. And it just spread it all over the place, and your defensive coordinator looks at the film and said, man, we can't cover them all.
It's the thing, all these Oilers run sharp, precise patterns because they know if they're open. Moon sending it to them.
They're saying that ball was not caught.
Ball is moved back and brings up second down and 10 now.
Well, I don't know. Hard to see, but they're saying it's an incomplete pass. Well, it does kind of get loose on him there when he gets to the ground, but his knees look like they were down, and the ground can't cause the fumble. Another review.
They go to replay review upstairs. As the playing conditions now are worsening, the temperatures dropped into the low 30s, and a light rain is falling.
It's hard to tell there on that reception. The other angle we had showed it. This shows it very well. His knees are down, and then it looks like it slips away. Tough call, tough call. I'm not sure which way that one would go. They ruled it incomplete on the field. Chances are it'll stand that way.
Following the review by the replay, the play stands. Third down.
Still a long way to go. 9 minutes and 39 seconds left to play as Coach Schottenheimer looking to instruct his defense. Warren Moon ready to break the huddle with a 3rd down and 10 play coming up from midfield. Still reviewing it, apparently. Now they're checking the watch maybe for that 2-minute. Supposed to allow a max of 2 minutes to review a play. Some take 8.
Will the timer put the clock at 9:57? 9:57.
Here is a final score in now from Joe Robbie Stadium. Miami Dolphins 24, Seattle 17. So the Dolphins extend their record to 11-3, heading into 12-2 Buffalo next Sunday. The winner of that's going to win the AFC East. Loser in excellent position to be a wild card team. In fact, the loser is a wild card team. They're both in the playoffs. Ready to go now. 3rd down and 10 for the Oilers. Burris ready to blitz. 34 at the top. All-out blitz. They pick it up. Moon delivers. Open man. Ernest Givens on the run. He's inside the 20, and he's down to the 16-yard line.
Goodness. Moon has got to be over 500 yards throwing now. That's a 34-yard catch. They come with a blitz. So there's no help on the inside. And Givens is running the inside route, and there's just, because everybody's up at the line of scrimmage, there's no help on the inside, and you can see how easily he gets open. He breaks on top of the defensive back. Moon's got time, hits him again. Well, they are, when this offense works, they are all over the place, and it looks like the field is slanted in their favor.
The last 2 weeks, it's worked well over a lesser team, the Cleveland Browns, for 58 points. And today over a very good team for 20, with more possibly to come. Another throw and catch. McNeil is going to take it down inside the 5. The Ice Cube on this cold day does his stuff. Quick little stutter steps, and he busts it down inside the 5. First down and goal, Houston Oilers.
Deron Cherry finally makes the tackle. You see the Cube on the outside, runs the underneath route. J.C. Pearson misses the tackle. Burris misses the tackle. And Moon's now got to be close to 530 yards throwing the ball today. Unbelievable. Look at it, 523.
The Colts have defeated the Jets 29-21. Colts with a 6-8 record. They're still in the hunt for a wild card, albeit a long shot. They're still alive as Moon on the sprint out. Takes a look, dodges the rush, makes the throw, and the connection. Touchdown, Houston. Tony Jones with his 2nd of the day. Warren Moon, they're going to head right to Canton, Ohio when he packs it in.
Well, if he plays long enough in this offense, he'll rewrite every passing record there is in the league. A little half roll.
Great play. Look at all he's got to look at. Dodge.
You see Smith comes to the outside. He avoids that. Martin there. He's got 2 guys open. Drew Hill can't catch it. Tony Jones does, his 2nd of the day. There you see Smith go by. Martin hits him finally. And Moon still throws the perfect spiral. 521 yards passing, 3 touchdowns.
Now I'd venture to say, Trump, this is the Houston Oilers' biggest victory in years.
Yes, no question about it.
Jack Pardee said it's not a playoff game, but it might as well be, because it tells us where we're going, and they're probably going to go a long way.
Upon its introduction, the first Acura Legends set a new standard for performance sedans. But as impressive as that may have been, It was merely a reflection of things to come. Introducing the new legend from Acura.
I was afraid to go to the doctor. I didn't want to hear that I might have an ulcer, but I just couldn't ignore my stomach. You can imagine how relieved I was when my doctor said Mylanta. He told me it wasn't an ulcer. It was indigestion. And indigestion like mine needed a strong medicine.
Mylanta is strong medicine, strongly recommended. In fact, Mylanta is the antacid doctors recommend most.
My doctor said Mylanta.
When you're out street hiking, you better know how to read the terrain. Do your best to preserve the wildlife, because street hikers don't just walk, they hike. Fresh shoes, Joe.
To make wrenching fast and easy, you can either do this, or get this, the Skill Wrench Cordless Power Wrench. It's revolutionary.
Tuesday, an anchorman covers his own death.
I know it's only a matter of time.
From AIDS, the controversial, critically acclaimed episode. Life Stories on NBC, Tuesday.
The count of injured quarterbacks rises. Warren Moon looks like he's going to stay in the game, but he has banged up his left hand.
Yeah, that happened early in that last series on one of those blitzes, and he continued to play.
Warren Moon with over 500 yards passing and with a lot of time left, heading for 600. J.J. Burden runs it back as the penalty marker comes in. Burden is down to the 31-yard line.
J.J. Burden on the return. He was tackled by
Warren Moon, 26 of 43 for 521 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2 to Tony Jones.
Holding against the returning team, half the distance to the goal. Wait a minute, Steve DeBerg is coming back in the game.
Run back. Number 25 of the receivers, 10 yards, first down.
Here's Warren Moon when he gets hit. You can see it's Lloyd Burris, and there's no contact there. He kept his left hand away from everything. Now it's his right hand that it looked like he hit his forearm. He was holding his left hand on the sideline, so he got hit somewhere else. And I believe Steve DeBerg is back in the game. This is unbelievable.
He is indeed, Trump, back in the game. Look at the hand he's playing with. The probability of a fumble very high. Playing with a hand that badly injured. Gingerly, he catches the snap, stands in, throws and makes the connection to Rob Thomas on the run across the 30. So DeBerg hits a big play, his first time in. Now we have a moment back to NFL Live and Bob Costas. Bob?
All right, when the Houston-Kansas City game is over, all you folks will be taken to the Coliseum in Los Angeles to watch the Bengals go against the Raiders, and Boomer Esiason is starting today for Cincinnati. That was a question almost until game time moments ago. They decided to go with Boomer.
Thank you, Bob. Don Criqui with Bob Trumpy at Arrowhead Stadium, 7:43 to play. Kansas City trying to get back in it, down 27-10. Jackson out of the backfield is ahead for 5.
This is unbelievable that Steve DeBerg is back there. Now it looks like, Don, he can't go up underneath center, so they're staying from the shotgun. This is not something that Kansas City likes to do, but he apparently cannot take the snap from center. So he catches it in his right hand back there and hopes that nobody hits him.
Beautiful throw downfield. J.J. Burden has the ball at the 37-yard line. So despite the bad hand and the inclement weather, Steve DeBerg playing his best football down the stretch run of this game when they have to have it. But it's a huge deficit to make up. Chiefs down 27-10.
Terry Kennard finally makes the tackle. He's the safety. Chris Dishman was the man in the underneath coverage. And now Houston's defense sitting way deep here.
Clock running, 6.5 minutes to play. Another throw, another catch. Dishman almost had it, but Rob Thomas took it away. Ball is down to the 30-yard line.
Oh, that's a great job by Thomas. Looked like Dishman was going to grab that one right out of his hands. We should see this. He runs the crossing route. Dishman gets his hand in there, and when Thomas comes down on the ground, he's got both hands on it.
Berg again stands in. A little too much on it. Thomas had a step on the defense. It'll bring up second down. A third down and 2. Cody Carlson, the backup, ready to possibly come in now for the Houston Oilers. Warren Moon, who's had an extraordinary day, 526 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. He's got left hand has been injured, apparently not too seriously, but they don't want to risk it with a big lead.
Yeah, well, Cody Carlson has a chance to earn a little bit of his letter like he did last week. Clean it up for Warren Moon.
Beautiful throw downfield, but the defense steps in and almost makes the pick. Terry Kennard, the free safety, stepping in and breaking up the play. The National Football League record for passing yards in a game was set by Norm Van Brocklin of the LA Rams back in 1951 when he passed for over 550 yards against the New York Yankees.
This is the double rotation zone. Corners up, safeties out. DeBerg tries to get it in that spot back there, hoping that Kennard can't get over there for the coverage intended for Stephon Page, but couldn't get it done. But they go for it on 4th down, and he's got to take the ball from center. No, he's going back to the shotgun.
I don't think he can do that.
Yeah, he's got to go back to the shotgun.
4th and 2. 4-man rush. Slap back. Looked like the big guy, Sean Jones, the 6'7", 280-pound defensive end, number 96, slapped it back. So the Chiefs' drive is stopped. The Oilers take over the ball with a 27-10 lead, 5:48 to play. The Steelers have already won today to go 8-6, and that's what the Oilers are about to do to remain tied at least with Pittsburgh, maybe with the Bengals also if they can win it against the Raiders.
Well, I got to tell you, you can't give enough credit to Steve DeBerg for coming back in there. Warren Moon is back in the game for the Houston Oilers, but what a gutty decision by Steve DeBerg, a guy who by a lot of people is considered a career backup quarterback, but he's thrown for more than 25,000 yards in his career.
But the Cowboys, Trump, from a team that people laughed at last year, they've become a team nobody wants to play. Won again today. It's a hard stick is put on runner Alan Pinkett. The Cowboys blasting the Phoenix Cardinals 41-10. And the Cowboys are a 500 team and very much alive in the playoff hunt.
You go for the record?
Yeah, what are they for?
I mean, if
you got to go for the record.
You don't know if Houston's aware of it, but you don't get many opportunities to break an NFL record that stood for, would you say, 1951?
51.
Norm Van Brocklin?
Late great Dutchman. A lot of time left, over 5 minutes to play. Another throw, another catch. Duncan takes the ball out to the 35-yard line.
Well, that's about all there is left to really keep track of, is whether or not Warren Moon can establish a new NFL record for passing in a game.
39 years is a long time. I'll tell you a record that might stand as long as DiMaggio's.
Yeah.
Paul Horning's 1960 scoring record. He scored 176 points in 1960 in 12 games.
Yeah, you know, there's some irony in him about to break this record of the Dutchman's, because this kid, when he came out of Washington, nobody in the NFL wanted him. He had to go to Canada to prove he could play professional football. Now he's back breaking one of the longest standing NFL passing records.
Makes another look, makes another throw. It was right there, but it apparently banged off the knee of Leonard Harris. And the clock is stopped with 4:21 to play. Back to NFL Live.
All right, coming up immediately after the game in Kansas City, we send you out to the Coliseum in L.A. We told you Boomer Esiason would play, and how. Off the play-action fake, he scrambles left, throws on the run. Tim McGee in between defenders, hauls it in, 41-yard touchdown. The Bengals grab the early lead in L.A., 7-0.
Thank you, Bob. And Trump, you were quite sure that he wouldn't play.
That's unbelievable. Tuesday in Cincinnati, he couldn't even walk back to the training room.
Big rush. Somehow, Greg Montgomery gets the kick away, and an excellent one with a big Oiler roll all the way down inside the 10-yard line. Out of bounds at the 9.
Yard punt, no return.
The Steelers a winner, and they're 8-6. Miami a winner. They're now 11-3. Tampa Bay wins under its new coach. Following the firing of Perkins and a bye week, Bucs were ready today for the Vikings. Dallas wins again, and the Cowboys go to 7-7 on the year. The Jets lose again, beaten by the Indianapolis Colts 29-21, and Cleveland still holding to a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter. And early in the 4 o'clock games, the Cincinnati Bengals up in front of the Raiders 7-0. Most of you will see that game here on NBC Sports. DeBerg, bad hand and all, stands in the shotgun. Goes to the run, and James Saxon takes it across the 10-yard line and out to the 17.
Johnny Meads and William Fuller make the tackle there. Fractured finger and all. DeBerg still in the shotgun, still in the game.
He gets time and delivers, and a nice sliding catch made by Emil Harry. Out to the 33-yard line. He's up and out to the 35. You see the game clock ticking down and working against the Chiefs. Their 4-game win streak, and if they won 5 in a row, it would be the longest win streak in 19 years for a Kansas City team. That is a long shot now as a dump-off pass. DeBerg keeping that injured hand up in the air.
Boy, this is scary to watch, you know. I mean, obviously his offensive linemen know that they can't allow a hit on him. This time Ray Childress gets right down at his legs, and watch him hold that hand up. Wants no contact with that left hand. I guarantee you there are 21 other guys out there on that football field who their estimation of Steve DeBerg's courage just jumped mounds. Players who see a player do that, just the courage it takes to stand that pain and still stay in there is just remarkable.
Marker's down.
Free play.
DeBerg lets it go long, and a man is open. This is Stephon Page on the run. Looking for an open lane. He cuts back, and now he's heading for the sideline and doesn't get there.
Interesting run by Stephon Page.
A lot of east and west.
And you want north and south. Certainly a hefty pickup for the Kansas City Chiefs, but he starts running sideways after the first guy makes the miss. Get upfield somewhere. He actually loses ground.
Defense. Penalty is declined. It's down.
Johnny Meads misses him, and then Fair's 51 finally gets him down. Again, it's that corners up, safeties out. And Steve DeBerg is able to put it in there. Watch how much yardage he loses. He was at the 20. Now he's back to the 30. He lost about 8 yards on that run.
Does get them a first down as now DeBerg stands in again. There's a ball downfield, tipped and almost intercepted. Kennard almost had a play on the tip ball. Rob Thomas was the intended receiver, and Kennard has an injured left hand, or maybe it's a pull.
Goodness, they're dropping like flies around here. Looks like it was tipped first by Dishman. Kennard can't make the catch, and if something happens to his hand, like the ball hits his hand funny or something.
Final score, Dallas 41, Phoenix 10.
2 minutes and 58 seconds left to play.
29, New York Jets 21.
The Chiefs are on the road for their final 2 games. They'll be at San Diego next week and then close it out against the Chicago Bears. See the schedules of those 2 AFC West co-leaders. Raiders at the moment trailing the Cincinnati Bengals in the first quarter, 7-0. Raiders go against the Vikings next Saturday, then play at San Diego. AFC Central, Bengals will be going against the Oilers at Cincinnati next Sunday, and the Bengals will be home to play the Browns. DeBerg gets time, but the pass isn't close. Von Page coming back at it.
Don, you just saw the last two games for the AFC West and the last two games for the AFC Central. Isn't it odd that the AFC Central plays amongst itself the last 2 weeks, and Kansas City has to play Chicago?
Yeah.
What is that doing in there? I mean, the last part of the season, I think you'd like to have division opponents playing inside the division to decide the division.
Not an easy place to go either.
Yeah, look at this.
Soldier
Raiders
Field.
play the Vikings. What's that? And then they finish with the Bears. The Chiefs do. What's that? Another odd.
Third down now comes up for Steve DeBerg. Ball positioned at the 26-yard line. Looking deep. Throws the quick out. Crossing pattern is good to the 25. Way short of a first down. 9 yards short. Stephon Page caught the ball. Pat Vergalen made the tackle. Another final in. Tampa Bay has won its first game under its new coach, 26-13, beating Minnesota. The Vikings, after that 5-game rise, lose their second in a row.
Fourth down, blitz coming.
In the end zone, overthrown and picked off by Richard Johnson, his second of the day.
Well, if you got a badge of courage hanging around, send it to Steve DeBerg.
Hanging in there tough is DeBerg, but this overthrow is picked off, and that'll probably be the last chance for the Chiefs to at least try to get back in it.
And Johnny Meads with the hit there. And now the only thing, it comes from the left-hand side of the screen. Meads up the middle, but Dishman comes from the outside. They're not giving him any quarter there. And now Moon back in the ball game to try to break the Dutchman's passing record. That's the only thing we have left here.
5:54 is the record, set 39 years ago by Norm Van Brocklin of the Rams.
Let's hope they've told the receivers that this record is at stake. They got to catch it.
Alan Pinkett goes to the run, turns up and in, and gets out to the 28-yard line. 8-yard gain, and that'll take it down to the 2-minute warning. We have Warren Moon at 527 yards passing today, 27 of 45. So the 2-minute warning is given, but the warning is run out for Kansas City.
Radio Shack sale price compact disc players are showing up everywhere this Christmas. Under Bob's dashboard. This high-powered Optimus CD player fits any car. Under Debbie's pillow. With this portable CD, she can listen to music anywhere. Under our bookshelves, where we can all enjoy this Optimus programmable CD player with remote control.
Put a sale-priced CD player under your tree this Christmas. Only at Radio Shack, America's technology store. Nobody compares for Christmas shopping.
Recently, Acura introduced what many have called the greatest sports car the world has ever known. Our latest idea is somewhat bigger. The new Acura Legend.
When the only thing better than making it to the top is making it to the bottom.
It's the right view now.
Because you know looking good isn't just for summer.
The right view now.
Because you know winter's the time to turn up the heat. So call for the silver bullet, the one that won't slow you down.
It's the right view now.
Warren Moon of the Oilers is now 27 yards short of the all-time NFL passing record for a single game, and this Oiler offense, Trump, has scored 85 points in the past 2 games.
It's absolutely unbelievable when this run and shoot gets going, how well it functions. And I'm sure the Kansas City Chiefs fans are not happy but they do have a chance to see NFL history here. A 39-year-old record broken by Warren Moon, a guy...
What few are remaining.
Yeah, that the NFL didn't want when he came out of Washington. No, don't run it. Come on, Warren.
Throw the ball as Alan Pinkett runs it for a first down. Inside the 2-minute warning, 1 minute and 50 seconds left to play.
Jack Pardee is one of those guys who has a great character, and he doesn't want to offend anyone. But, I mean, this is a record that to be 27 yards short and not making a concerted effort at it in the last minute 35 seconds, you can't do that. Give him the record. Although with the run and shoot offenses now in the NFL, I'm not sure whatever record he establishes here today, if he does, is going to stand very long.
I wonder if they know it on the sideline.
Oh, they got to
go
know
for a record like that. 39 years it stood. That was against the New York Yankees, who had about 3 guys that could play in 2 footballs. This is against Kansas City, one of the better teams in the NFL.
Alan Pinkett, the ball carrier.
They go back to Pinkett. That'll take the game clock down to a minute to play.
Well, it certainly looks like a conscious choice by Houston not to rub it into Kansas City anymore.
Today's Ronald McDonald Children's Charities Player of the Game is Warren Moon of the Houston Oilers. McDonald's and NBC will donate $5,000 on behalf of all the players selected in today's games to Ronald McDonald Children's Charities to help give kids a better tomorrow.
I'm disappointed, I got to tell you. I'd like to see Warren Moon break the record.
So would I. He deserves it.
There's not a higher caliber individual in the NFL. Great character, absolute team leader.
Our producer today for NBC Sports is Terry Ewert. Our director, Andy Rosenberg. Executive producer, Terry O'Neill. And that will do it at Arrowhead Stadium, where the Houston Oilers avenge a 34-0 loss to the Kansas City Chiefs a year ago, as Warren Moon has a most extraordinary day, leading the Oilers to their 8th win, and they remain tied with the Steelers. Both are 8-6. Many of you see the other co-leader, the Bengals, playing at the Raiders very shortly. Now for Bob Trumpy, this is Don Criqui. This has been NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League.